It'll be popping up in just a second. There we go. Definitely, definitely, definitely. How's everything going with you, bro?
Oh, everything is going, brother. I can hear now. I think I'm in
I
a
can't hear
good
you.
place.
You must be in the basement or
You
something.
can't hear me? No, no, I'm inside a building.
Brother
You
Matt
can't hear
Cameron.
me? Yeah, you can't hear me?
Yeah, I'm
Hold
gonna
on, I'm
need you
trying
to
to get
unmute
someone that works.
or because I can't even hear you on
Is
this
it
one.
on mute or something? He said he can't hear me.
No, it's not on mute.
Oh,
I can
okay,
hear
there
you.
you go. Yes, there you go. It was me.
Okay. Okay.
There you go. How's it going?
I'm all right, brother. I haven't seen you in a while.
It's been a minute. I'm out here in Arizona right now doing some visitation with some of my lodge brothers, but definitely. So I understand you got something big that's coming up the latter part of this month. You want to go ahead and break that down?
Yeah, we're having the Masonic United Nations Peace Summit. And that Peace Summit is for all Masonic bodies for around the world. And it doesn't make a difference what jurisdiction you're from. It allows you to go and interact with brothers from all ethnics and all backgrounds, and including sisters and brethren. We have the World Hierophant that will be there, Edgar Sereno, who has the degree of the 100th degree, but he's
Uh-huh.
the World Hierophant. A lot of people not familiar with the Memphis Mesrine. When they start to speak
Correct.
on the Memphis Mesrine, you have to have the ideal of what it come from the when they say the Masonic College of Rights. But they've been keeping that away from us because they don't want us to get to. If you ask every Mason around the world, every Eastern Star, or every brethren, when I say brethren, there are also women that are also Masons. And a lot of people don't even think about because
Oh, hold on. Time out. Time out. Time out. Back up. You know you talking too much now. You know how them people feel about them female Masons. You know how them people feel. Now you can continue.
Okay, well, let me just say this. Let's not be fooled by what's really transpiring in the world. The world, if
Go
you're a
ahead.
world traveler, you'll see all this for yourself. Don't talk about
Absolutely.
something if you haven't seen it for yourself. If you hadn't gone to the Queen of England was amazing. You can
Still
check it
is.
out yourself.
Right.
She's gone now, but she was one. Joan of Arc
Right.
was a Knights Templar. She was burned to the stake because she was dressed like a man. But the only reason she was dressed like a man to keep from being raped and dealt with in the field. But
Uh-huh.
that's a fact. And but what I'm encouraging people to do is open your mind and open your horizon so that we can actually be
Right.
together. And if we're together, we're better off. I teach Masonry for the last 25 years. I've been a Mason coming up as September the 21st from by way of the Oklahoma jurisdiction of Mannheim, Germany, Prince Hall, PHA. I've been a Mason all these years, 41 years. I have a cousin who was the longest reigning Grand Master for the state of Georgia, John Wesley Dobbs. And one
Mm-hmm.
of the cousins, which is his grandson, is Maynard Jackson. Mayor Maynard Jackson was a Mason as well. My other cousin was made post-harmonious in his way of becoming a Mason. He was a fellow craft, but when he passed away in being killed by the assassin that killed him in Memphis, Tennessee, that's Martin Luther King. But Grandmaster Boxdale gave him the honors of being a Master Mason after his death. So something is, you got to know the lineage You got to know who you are before you start making accusations and speaking on things, because it's better to study that stuff to be approved and to know to be studied to be true.
Well, I'm going to say this because what I failed to mention is that I wanted you to be introduced first. So go ahead and tell
Okay.
people about your background. I know you touched on it a little bit, but go ahead and give people a little bit about your background as far as, how you got to be in a position for what you're in and doing the work that you're doing.
Well, one thing, I had a vision. I can't say what my cousin had a dream. I had a vision and a reality come to pass. I
Uh-huh.
realized that I've gone through several channels of masonry throughout my 41 years as a mason. And I was
Uh-huh.
ended up the United States Congress was able to recognize me as one of the ranked masons for the world. For the United States, I was in, and I was given that in the Library of Congress. But I've traveled so much and I've studied so much. I've been in every position you can think of. I can talk masonry backwards and forward, all the way up to the Memphis Masorean. And I'm sitting here overstanding the position that I hold. I didn't create
Mm-hmm.
this for egotistical behavior. This wasn't created for to have ego, because when you have the word ego, easing God out. So I have
I
always
like that.
making sure that I'm not easing God out. I realize I'm
Uh-huh.
just a simple man with some things that have been accomplished, but the accomplishment was to lead us all into, if I was out in the street, in which I was before, I always thought like this: if I can lead you into damnation, I can also help you move into salvation. And I'm talking
Ooh.
saving yourself from yourself. We have things
Uh-huh.
that happen. And when we are able to understand our position and know who we are, then we'll stop bickering with each other, backbiting. We will stop all the things that, because I'm like this. You can say anything you want to say about me. You can make it go public. You can do anything you want to. But guess what? You're making me relevant, whether or not you like it. So when I
Mm.
go with the good, bad, and the ugly, I can still handle me because I'm the Teflon Don when it comes to somebody talking about me. I can handle that
Uh-huh.
with not any problem. And I just keep it
Mm.
moving. Because you know what? If I focus on what people don't like about me, and if I focus on all of that, I lose where I'm at on the eyes on the prize. The eyes on the prize
Mm.
is to take us all into a salvation so that we can all become better people. And if we're going to be better people,
Mm-hmm.
we have to have our moral fortitude. We have to be able to be upright, and we're stronger together. So I believe in, it's like this: we can all have our jurisdictional journey. We can have our bylaws and our constitutions and everything. But at the end of the day, of acts of goodwill, we should come together, stand together, and we are brothers. We are moving. We are brethren. We are sisters, and we should operate in that nature. When you have that moral character within you, and you can stand on your 3, 5, 7, then you know what you're doing. You
Correct.
have to be able to know that. And if you can't do that we don't never look down on any brother or sister unless we're ready to help pull them up. So the Masonic United Nations was formulated in 2015. I figured if a black man by the name of Ralph Bunche could go in the United Nations, bring forth and formulate the United Nations to a point when there was racism, separatism, and everything else going on, and allow us to come together as a united front. So right now, we are standing together as a united front. Brother Tony Muhammad, I commend you for the part of bringing Minister Farrakhan aboard with us as a whole. I commend you for standing up for the rights of all Masonic bodies. It's important that we, as men, because we were men first before we were known as Masons, men should work together collectively. And one thing I do know from the sub-Nubian man, we're supposed to know who we are. From the indigenous, we should know who we are. So let's not be bamboozled by the separation of always looking at classism, how somebody looks, how somebody don't look. It's time for us to stand together. I have Project Love movement. It doesn't discriminate. It participates. Now, one thing I want to say to you, I'm fifth generation of Masons. From the native tribes of my great grandfather. I lost your speaker. I lost you, Tony.
No, don't hit okay.
We've got a speaker problem.
Tell me you can't hear him.
Can't hear.
Oh, that was
okay. You there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, what I'll say to you is the position helped me become a king. Currently, I'm a king for 17 countries, 2 dynasties and 1 kingdom out of Ghana, Africa, Togo, Benin, Somali, all the way to Cairo, Egypt. I am Ni Abba Jafo the first. For the next 50 years, I reign as king. It's just not a title. It's a job. It's a position. I'm the Minister of Public Affairs when I'm in the United States, and also the president of the coalition that stands on the principles of bringing all bodies together, even from the tribes of Judah to the Masonic walls of each, from Germany all the way into all of Europe and to all of the lands of Egypt. That's where we are headed. You hear someone say, where we headed? We're headed to the east. And the only way we can get there is to go to each middle passage. That's important.
Okay.
And so I'm not here to argue whether or not someone's right is better, someone's jurisdiction is better. I believe that when you say the word Mason, you're breaking down barriers. We can go by and understand that we have jurisdictional movement. We respect each other's bodies. From the Masonic United Nations, we don't lead no one into nothing. Our job is to bring us together as a collective, and all the leadership to be able to hear one another as we stand on great principles. And we know we have to lay that plumb line out so we can balance out, so we can know exactly. We know what our 24-inch gauge is. We know what we have to do to trim off our edges. We know that we got to go and put the navigational together and lay it all the way out to bring the foundation, set the direction, and one who controls his own circumference controls his own destiny. That's the true fact. So that's something that now I say we, because there's no I except for the I am. The I am is the order. We don't have to, when we say team, you don't have an I in team.
Right. Well, before I go any further, I want to just, for those who are just getting in, I want to say big shout out to Wishful Master Nico Sanchez of Aries Lodge number 4, Ancient Phoenix Captain Mason. I want to send a big shout out to Mickey, definitely for coming in, and to my brothers in out of Alexander Lodge. I see you in the house. Sylvester, see you too. And to Illinois Research Lodge, greetings and welcome aboard. So today I have a dear friend of mine, a great brother in the Masonic order. We've been knowing each other for a long time, and he's just explaining and breaking out the details of the United Masonic organization for which he's a part of, for which he's constructed to bring unity amongst Freemasonry from all aspects of Masonry. And I can really appreciate that. And we have been in communication and talking for a minute. And I just want to say, if I never told him thank you, when I got to Atlanta a few years back, you really treated me well. You really rolled out the red carpet for me, you and Brother Melvin Little. And if I didn't tell you thank you, I'm telling you now, I really had a great time. I'm looking forward to coming back and definitely fellowshipping with you and the brothers there. And I just want to commend you on the work you're doing. I know a lot of people often say, well, who is this guy? Who do he think he is? Look at how he's dressing. He's not dressing like a Mason. That's because they haven't experienced the travel of a Mason. See, when you haven't experienced that travel as a Mason and gone places and seen the different dress and attires, you can't, this is all you ever know. If you have all, if you have not gone outside the United States or visit any other lodges other than your own, this is all you're going to. I don't know if you can still hear me now, but go ahead.
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Yeah, definitely. Do me a favor, Brandon. Give Nico a call. He was trying to call me.
You're welcome, Brother Tony. I wanted to say that first. You're welcome, because if I alienate my brother, I will address my attire. I will address my attire now. I will address my attire, because sometimes we do have to elevate the mindset of our brethren and our brothers. We have to make sure that we do that. When you see the feathers that Rastafari Haile Selassie wore, when you see the feathers of what Marcus Garvey wore, they didn't create that. That's symbolism. And that symbolism, when you see the Knights Templars as they wore through their dress wear, that's symbolism. But the symbolism represents the eye of Horus, and it stands on great principles and knowing that you are the eye, and the wings, the actual feathers are the eyelashes. When you start to see that there is a colonial time in our time, you realize that we were back in those colonial times. Prince Hall came out of those colonial times. His name is Angelo Solomon. He came out of those colonial times. When you realize that, it's just paying homage to the ones who came before you. Other than that, dress wear can change from place to place, zone to zone. Handshakes are different. All kinds of things are different when we look at everything from perspective. So you meet someone that is Italian or a certain Latin descent, they don't shape the same. It's not structured the same right then. It's all about your way that you come, by way which you come. So when it says from whence you come, you have to follow from whence you come.
Okay. Absolutely. And I would say this because I had an opportunity to go visit a lodge, and they was dressed, man. I had a brother from Scotland to come visit my lodge a few years back. And the way he was dressed, I wasn't used to seeing a man in a kilt. I wasn't, with a little knife at the bottom of his sock, with the sash on. I wasn't used to that. But when he came, he was vouched for, came in, signed the book, came in, sit in the lodge. And I was like, okay, I would like to know more about your dress, because it was different than the way I was dressed. I had on a black suit, the bow tie, I had the regular American dress style Masonic wear. But when he explained to me why he dressed that way, it opened my mind up. And I think a lot of times a brother who have not yet had that experience, their mind is so shut off, so closed off, until they're not really ready to receive that type of light and information, just as it is when you're talking about sudden is trying to call me. That's what I think it is. So I believe what happens is when you was breaking that your dress down, it should be able to enlighten a person of why you dress that way. And a lot of Masons won't get that. They'll never travel outside of the country. They'll never use their passport Masonically. They'll never use their own. They won't be able to do it. So, but for those of us who we have to be able to explain to them some of these things, because they won't get that experience. You call yourself a Mason, but you really never travel as one.
Well, that's the fact, and our job is not to shun them or talk down on them. It's to help elevate them all the way up. And we're gonna help our brothers. We're gonna help them all the way up. See, we're not gonna look down. And if the lack of knowledge is what's destroying it, we shall give them knowledge. We shall feed them knowledge. Because they say, what are you, the first thing you ask when they say, what are you seeking? I am seeking light. And if you're
Mhm.
seeking light, that means you're going to get the light of the wisdom to understand your position of the knowledge.
Correct.
See, and that's what we have to stop looking at each other like, you're not in the program. Let's go outside the program. So, because I've turned down jobs in order to do what I'm doing now. I was
Mhm.
given the position as the Grandmaster of Tennessee for the PHO, but I turned
Mhm.
it down as I was already moving in the Scottish Rite. So I was already that. But I knew that would limit the opportunity expanding to all the brotherhood. I'm not limited now. I can move anywhere in the country, and I move all over the
Mhm.
world. I speak to presidents, I speak to kings and sultans, but they're Masons. So you got to understand that most of them that run these countries are Masons.
But see, here's the thing. What you're telling me, I can get it. But a lot of people who are listening to this, they won't be able to grab the mere fact of what you're saying because they're so limited. When you say that you talk to these people, they're like, no, how are you? How are you talking to them people? And see, they don't understand. Oh man, I could go so many different ways with that. But you have to be able to understand if you're true about the works, you can talk to these people. You when the king from Nigeria came a couple of years ago, and no, just last year, and I had the chance to talk to him. People was like, "Why would a king talk to you? Why not? Why wouldn't a king talk to me?" I don't believe it. It ain't for you to believe, brother. It happened. I got pictures. It happened. But people are so limited in their thinking until they put themselves in a place to where they don't realize they can rise above the fray. And it sounds to me that you have risen above the fray in such a way that you're able to communicate, have conversations, travel, and do all of these different things that other people only wish and imagine that they can do. And that's the beauty of it.
Yeah, I was selected when the kingdom of the Ambola PM Royal Council and the Animosity Dynasty, I was selected. They flew me into the country based off of me being one of the rank of the Masons. And once I was able to get there, I met all the rest of the Masons that ran the country. So with that, I was able to communicate. They didn't ask me what right I was. They didn't ask me none of that. All they wanted to know, can you do this? And can you walk that walk? Can you come on the 357? Can you do what you do best? Because if I can walk the Tyler
Mhm.
sword, they told me I could do it all. And I got my credentials to prove it. So when people are asking, I have people that say, hey, that ain't no Mason. Keep telling them that. Keep saying it. You helping me because you're helping me make people research me. And when you get through researching, you'll say, hey, this Mason shut down the Georgia State Capitol 4 times solid. And I actually made senators and congressmen. And at that point that they came in, stopped their lodges, they stopped the whole session. So I can take them, bring in my 33rd, and then if take them all the way to the top. And when I did that, I brought them in a conclave. In the next moment, then I made a bishop, archbishop.
Hey, national.
We're talking about a
Hey, time
congressman.
out.
Yes, sir.
Time out. I just got the national grandmaster coming through from
Okay.
PHO, the one and only Tyra. How you doing, bro?
How you doing, man?
Oh man, this is beautiful right here. This is beautiful right here.
How you doing, brother?
Hey,
Hey, brother,
now
how
this
you
is
doing?
a
Hold
true
on.
fellowship. This is true fellowship right here. Look, I
That's
don't know
what
how
I'm
long I'm
talking
gonna
about.
be on here now.
No, you good, brother. I think we've said what we had to say. you know,
Right.
and I really appreciate when we fellowship. See, all brothers should fellowship, and we should respect one another. And if we can
Right.
respect one another, we're gonna be better off with one another.
Yeah.
So
Man,
enjoy your time, brother. I
this
appreciate you
this
taking
is
the time
beautiful.
out.
Look, let me tell you, this is beautiful. I'm out here in Arizona. I have the National Grandmaster Tyrone Montgomery to come through and holler at me. I have my Grandmaster here. I have my brother from True Kinsman Lodge out of Vegas here. And man, this is beautiful. And this is really what it's all about to me. I mean, to totally be honest with you. And I'm having a wonderful time. And can you hear me okay? Because I thought I
Yes,
had
I
muted.
can hear you. I can hear you well, brother.
So, man, we getting this fellowship in, man, and to me, this is really what it's all about. To me, I can't talk about nobody else. You know. Hey, by
That's
the way,
it.
I'm getting ready. I'm getting ready to do some travel overseas. If you need me to do anything while I'm over there, I'll call you personally and let you know exactly where I'm going in a couple of months.
Okay, I'll send you. I'll probably
Okay.
send you over to King Oyanka. King Oyanka,
Okay.
over in Ghana. I want you to talk to him and get there, and they'll treat you well. I'll let him know that.
I'm gonna hold you to it. I'm gonna
Okay, my
hold you
brother.
to it.
No
Hey, look,
problem.
I really appreciate this time, this moment. I know I wanted to spend a little bit more time with you, but I got the National Grand Master just rolled up on me and brought me some gifts. So we finna gift it, and we finna gift it
Hey.
and have a good time.
Yeah, well, continue that, good brother. Much love. Inshallah, inshallah. I am always your brother. I
Hey,
can.
the same here. The same here. So until next time, look, I got you covered like a blanket.
There you go, my brother. Thank you.
All right.
Thank
Peace.
you.
Hey,
Bye.
what's going on, little man? What's going on?
He's
That's
someone,
right.
he just came up. He just met me.
Oh, yeah?
All right, my brother.
All right, then.
Yeah, he
I'll holler
just
at you
came up.
later. All
Okay,
right.
salam
Peace and be
alaikum.
well. Walaikum salam.
Kali alhamdulillah. Shukran.